Arkaya yakın mı atacağız? Ne olsun konum?
İşte o ciddi.
Saygısı bile saygı. Saygı o yerde, saygı. Allah saklasın. Allahu Akbar.
Drone operators of the 73rd Brigade of the Naval Center under the Ukrainian Special Operations Forces have intercepted a Russian army base in a forest area in the occupied part of southern Kherson region. Information about the area with armored combat vehicles, dugouts, ground structures, and fortifications was transferred to the Rocket Artillery Division of the Special Operations Forces. As a result of continuous fire launched by the US-provided HIMARS rocket-propelled grenade system, military equipment and military trucks, armored personnel carriers and other structures in the area were destroyed by explosions. Most of the Russian soldiers in the position were killed, and the survivors fled the area. Located on the right bank of Dnipro River, Kherson has become Russia's target since the start of full-fledged invasion of Ukraine.
China secretly recruit Western fighter pilots into its army. NATO countries seriously worry. The US, UK, Canada, Australia and New Zealand have jointly warned that China's People's Liberation Army is aggressively recruiting Western fighter pilots. According to the Financial Times, the US National Counterintelligence and Security Center and its partners in the Five Eyes intelligence sharing network have issued a warning that China continues to recruit current and former pilots from the US and NATO countries despite attempts to block the practice. To overcome its shortcomings, China's military is aggressively recruiting Western military talent to train its aviators using private firms around the world that hide their ties to the PRC and offer recruits exorbitant salaries, said Michael Casey, director of the US National Counterintelligence and Security Center. Concerns about the issue grew after it was revealed in 2022 that the private school Test Flying Academy of South Africa was using more than 24 retired British Air Force, Navy and Army pilots to help train Chinese military pilots. Casey said Western partners have recently made some progress in preventing recruitment, but China's efforts continue to evolve in response. He said the warning bulletin was intended to highlight the ongoing threat and deter Western pilots from helping China. For some former military pilots, the opportunity to fly exotic fighters again may be attractive, especially if it comes with a high salary, said one US official. The Five Eyes bulletin said the recruiters used vile recruiting methods that hid Chinese military involvement. Recruiters also targeted flight engineers, air operations center personnel, and experts knowledgeable in military tactics. As part of the training, the Chinese tried to gain knowledge about modern Western aviation and tactics that could be used, for example, in the conflict over Taiwan. The bulletin said recruiters offered lucrative pay for jobs in China, South Africa, and other countries. Western pilots were also sought through headhunters and professional networking sites. One US official said some Former Western fighter pilots had encouraged their colleagues to join the Chinese aviators in the exercise. Washington and its partners have taken several actions to make it more difficult for the Chinese military to recruit Western pilots. The US Commerce Department has sanctioned groups in China, Kenya, Laos, Malaysia, Singapore, South Africa, Thailand, the United Kingdom and the United Arab Emirates for likely engagement in recruitment. The Chinese military responded to these efforts by creating organizations under different names and in new locations.